Yo, boys. It is currently 9:27 p.m. Timing bezel set. That's a great watch, by the way, especially for $49. I never officially reviewed it because it went so quickly from Joma Shop. I didn't have time. And you guys don't watch the watch reviews. I mean, it's like 1% of the viewers will even watch the watch content. So I'm like, So it's gone. If there's a watch similar to it at Joma Shop, one of my favorite vendors, I'll put a link to it below. But it has a rice bracelet, sapphire coated crystal, Seiko power for $49. Dude, that's amazing. There you go. Seiko dive watch. I do use that timing bezel a lot for surface intervals. Do you know what those are? Surface intervals?
Yeah, I think so, Nut and Fancy. Isn't that when you're like scuba diving, then you come topside to the boat, use your timing bezel so you can keep track of when you can go diving again, so you can oxygenate and stuff?
Yeah, kind of like that. But when I'm talking about surface intervals, I'm not talking about scuba diving. I'll use my dive computer for that. No, I'm talking about when I come out of the bunker, topside here in the semi-great state of Wyoming to get sunshine. I call that a surface interval. I come out of the ground like a ground hog, out of my little hole, and I'll soak up some sunshine and look around at the clown world. Luckily, I don't see any of it because I am so friggin' remote. There ain't no one around me, and I love it. I got no address, no mail, no email, no phone here. Okay, I may have a phone. Okay, maybe some type of phone. It's basically two cans with a string on it, stretched for miles and miles. Surface interval, yes, I'll time myself as back to the bunker to do reviews. Sunshine time over. Yeah, that's what I call a surface interval. Hey, I'm here to have a fun time. I hope you are as well. So I don't take myself too seriously. I hope you don't either. As we talk about America's favorite rifle again, an AR-15. Actually, one I have reviewed already in 2016. So here we are 7 years removed, and I'm doing an update review on the same type of gun. And that particular gun, as I remember, had problems with steel cased ammo. I'll talk about this one if it had the same thing going on. First, a shout out and a thank you to Wyatt at the Great American Western Wear Store in Orem, Utah. I'll put some information below. And he is awesome. He checks these guns out to me, loans them to me, and then I turn them back to him. Everything you see is on loan, no doubt. And I'll just, if this channel ever goes out, like the gun content, it just dies, I'll just turn everything back to him. I won't own any guns. There you go. I'll just be out there sunning myself on my deck chair atop the missile silo. And gun reviews will be nothing more than a sweet memory of the stuff I did in TNP. I'm kind of kidding and then kind of not. We'll see what's going on with the gun channel. It may be canceled by the time I post this. Talk about my gun content in YouTube. I did a video, and I don't know when this is going to be posted. It might be like 2, 3, 6 months from now. And it might post on one of my alternative services like YouTube or Rumble. Please subscribe to those. Always look at the links below because they're going to give you some important information. I usually keep those updated as well if I can. Okay, on we go with a black rifle review. It is 2023. These are extremely naughty, and yet I'm very true to my mission statement of reviewing great gear for great guys like you. Responsible, God-fearing, constitutionally oriented, responsible civilians. You know how many millions and millions of AR-15s we have in the hands of such people? Right, millions and millions, thank you. Anyways, the point being is that they cause no problems whatsoever. We don't have crime in the streets. We don't have violent crime, even though these guns are very prevalent in American society. They cause next to zero problems in our communities. So try to get that message out to your family and friends. If they are brainwashed by the leftist CPF, they will not believe you. They'll still look at you as a radical, even if you say you own an AR-15, because people in this country are morons, by and large. A large segment of them are, and they're easily brainwashed into thinking that a citizen owning one of these guns is a psychotic. And I could go on and on about that. I think I have in past videos. I'll just leave it at that. This isn't a political video. But I keep doing AR reviews. That's what you guys want. I wouldn't be sad if I didn't do them anymore because they're so time consuming and expensive for me to do. Wah, my poor life. I know. I'm just being honest. If I never did another one, I'd be, okay, I'm cool with that. How much ammo did I shoot through this? I shot some expensive 75, 77 grain stuff. I don't keep track, maybe like 400 rounds. I don't go crazy anymore because I just don't want to spend the money, and the ammo's hard to get. And then I always have to pick up all the brass from my locations anyhow. I'm not shooting at a range and having someone else, a worker bee, do that for me. I'm doing it. On we go with a Stag 3G 2023 review. Here it is, boys and girls. Yes, very similar looking to that original gun I reviewed in 2016. I'm trying to remember if that was an 18-inch barreled version like this one is or not. I think it was. I think this is just the updated version, and I think I said in that video if I get a hold of a future variation, maybe we do an update video. And what do you know? 7 years later, here we are. I'm being true to my word in giving you my thoughts about this. Now, philosophy of use. I haven't talked about this for a long time, but there used to be a lot of videos of me talking about an 18-inch barreled AR-15 and my philosophy, that's pretty funny, philosophy on them, and it is as follows. When I'm going long range, I will call it 400 yards or beyond. I would prefer to have an 18-inch barreled AR if I could get it. That's a pretty consistent message here. For my builds, I'll do a CQB upper, 16-inch lightweight barrel, and then I'll do an SPR upper to be pinned in place, and that will have an 18-inch barrel. Usually like this one, a rifle length gas system is what I'll do, sometimes a mid-length. For my own roll your owns. Now this is a factory produced rifle, and it, like I said in the 2016 review, it follows form and function of what I was advocating the makers to do for quite some time, and that is to come out with their own variation of an SPR build. Special purpose rifle that generally denotes an 18-inch barrel, better velocity, better accuracy. Is it that big of a deal versus a 16-inch AR? Honestly, for you guys, no. Where you would be shooting your communist chipmunks, as I say, it wouldn't be an issue. So a lot of you guys have, not a lot, but some guys have messaged me in the Patreon service and they go, hey, I'm doing a build. I want to buy this gun. Should I go 16 or 18? I'll ask them a couple questions. Where are you at? What's your longest shot? And generally my answer is probably go with a 16-inch barrel. It's going to be lighter weight, more SAWC compliant, just as functional in WROL. By the way, it's very nice to have those acronyms in play here. Long established in the Nut and Fancy project because I can now talk in code, more or less, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a great WRL piece, albeit it's a little bit heavy. I forgot to weigh it before I put on the optics and the M-bus on it. Sorry, I don't have a weight for you, and I didn't see it on the website. I would estimate 7 pounds, 6 ounces, probably, with this longer barrel. Something like that. Don't hold me to it, though. Is it worth the extra weight? Well, if we're talking about philosophy of use, first we got to kind of back it up a little bit and represent what Stag had in mind when they put this gun together. And they do sell guns for this purpose, and that is for competition. This is a game gun. It's designed to be a competitive AR-15. And so when we look at competitive AR-15s, what we're going to see is a longer handguard, usually a longer barrel, a real functional compensator. I'll get back to that. And weight isn't like the first and most important thing. In fact, a little bit of extra weight, as long as the swing mechanics are good, is totally acceptable by the 3G guys and the competitors. And that is A-okay by me. It makes total sense. That's what the Stag 3G, is about. It's a 3-gun AR that it's just out of the box, maybe lube it up, run it. Could you do that with this gun? Jumping ahead to how it shot, yes. Totally. For me, I think it's a great, without rule of law, gun. If you should need such a thing, it's a great fun gun, just punching holes in paper. Probably a great hunting gun as well. Like if you have some out of control pests on your property, like ground squirrels or communist chipmunks, something like that. I generally love animals, and I don't often shoot animals unless they are a real problem.
All hits.
I don't like killing anything. You can quote me, by the way, and I mean anything. I am a peaceful, loving individual. If you don't know that by now, and I'm not kidding. Something's wrong with you. You haven't been paying attention. Philosophy of use other than that will be standard, but just think what I said about the barrel lengths. I don't think it's a bad idea for you to have an 18-inch barreled AR in your inventory. I think it's probably a smart thing. Shoot it, and it's really fun. Let me throw this in. I'm going to throw this in now when we're talking about 3G, competition, target shooting. This thing is smooth. Oh my gosh, it's one of the smoothest out-of-box ARs I've shot in a long time. Probably having to do with a rifle length gas system, but I mean everything is tuned and smooth. It's like they put a lot of thought into the components of the Stag 3G. By the way, lefties, and I'm talking about people who are left-handed, thank you, they do make a version for you. Another huge benefit from Stag arms is they make left-oriented for left-handed shooters AR-15s, including a 3G version. Well done, Stag. On we go to features.
Close target.
This is a VG6 Gamma SL brake. I got to tell you, I would not take this off. One of the most effective muzzle brakes, not necessarily a flash hider, that I saw. I didn't really test it, that I've used in a long time. I really, really liked it. And that is another huge contributor to the smoothness. And that, again, is as it comes from the factory. I did not put that on. Gamma SL. I got to look because these names are so complex. VG6 Gamma SL. Probably slimline is what SL stands for. It's fantastic. And notice the vents at the top for compensation, vents out the side. Anytime you see a vent on the side, like it's a tank barrel brake, stand clear. They're going to be louder than heck. Louder than heck. Talking of the longer handguard, we have that on the 3G right here. Do I prefer these all the time? The answer is absolutely not. When SAWC is critical, I will put on a shorter handguard for sure and just accept it. Here's a 16-inch barreled CQB focused AR. And so it has a shorter barrel, and that's a Bravo. Keymod, thank you very much. I love Keymod handguard. Just by way of reference. So this one is, it's lengthy, 16 3/4 inches. And it is put together, I think, by Stag. Maybe MI makes it for them. But they're calling it the Slimline Stag M-Lock handguard. 16 3/4 inches is what I measured it. Didn't rotate, attaches easily. I don't see problems with ARs anymore. Remember in the day I'd test these ARs and the handguards would come loose and start rotating. I rarely see that. It's well ventilated. It's overly picked. We should have deleted this Picatinny rail right here. The diameter is just about right. It's very slimline, i.e. SL. I do love that. M-Lock capability on that. You're seeing it's wearing some of those M-Bus sights on there. That's the latest generation. They are fantastic. I will have a link below. They are highly, highly recommended by yours truly. They have improved those sights so much. They sit smaller. They're lighter. They're easier to adjust. You don't even need a tool to adjust it. It's all click adjustable on the front sight. Yeah. Welcome to the 21st century, I guess. About damn time. The barrel is fantastic. It is, in this variation, a 16-inch 416R stainless steel. I think it's a Hansen profile barrel. It is fluted, 1-in-8 twist, 223 wild chamber. I do love wild chambering a lot. It will sling 5.56, 223, just A-OK. It's really good at, it's a good middle ground to shoot most loads accurately. We will look closely at its accuracy. Stainless steel fluted barrel, looks good. For some reason, by the way, the 3G guys really love stainless steel barrels. It's a thing, kind of. I think there's a perception and probably some truth that guys will say, well, I definitely don't want a chrome-lined barrel because I want maximum accuracy. They don't mind changing out their barrels when competition wears them out, if and when they shoot that much. And a more accurate barrel, they're all about that. So I think that's one reason why they prefer the stainless steel barrel. But I'm not a 3G guy, so what the hell do I know? That's a tester scope on there. It's a Nikon. You've seen it before. Aero Precision mount, just like you see on most of my tester AR-15s. And you will see the link below, boys and girls. The link below. So we've got forged upper and lower. Fantastic strength. It's not CNC billet. No, it's just forged. I love it. Enlarged trigger guard right here. I like that as well. The trigger on this one is a Geisley. I want to... The exact model Geisley, I forget. Something mid-range. It's not like a high-end Geisley. Now, a lot of their 3G guns will have what they call a Hyperfire, Hyper Touch semi-automatic trigger. So this is just as it comes from the factory. It's just a competition trigger, semi-auto, not force reset, of course. I do like this trigger. It pulls at about 4 pounds for me. 4 pounds, actually 4.5 on this, but it's included. So the 3G, the formula that you're seeing here is everything's kind of upgraded already. It's meant for maximum accuracy, competition, fast shooting, just like you may have in Without Rule of Law or something like that when all heck breaks loose, when you're shooting pigeons out of the sky for food. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so everything's upgraded, and so all of this that I've covered so far, I would not change. I wouldn't take off. I wouldn't do anything. It's turnkey. That's what you're getting with the 3G from Stag. I love the trigger. It's really good. Standard AR-15 features right here on the upper and lower. No need to talk about those. 90-degree throw on the safety. The BCG is a full auto capability, not capability, but full auto design. That just means that it copies an M16 BCG. I'm not taking it out for time. And 9310 is a steel on the bolt, and then nitride coated also, and then 8620 on the hardened steel BCG carrier, staked, pinned, peened, all that good stuff. So it's an M16 level of quality bolt. We wouldn't expect anything less from Stag, would we? Now, it's supposed to have an extended charging handle. This one does not. It seems to be like a standard one, but on some of the 3G models, they have what are called the breech charging handles. It's super easy to change that out if you don't like it. MOE pistol grip, I love those. I would not change that, even though it is in boring black. We have a trap door there to carry batteries, miniature tools. I do recommend that to take your Aero Precision mount off, which is not QD. Mag pull. Buttstock SL, it's fantastic. I love them. A little bit heavier, but again, for this focus of being a competitive rifle, makes total sense. Has a really nice rollover cheek piece on it. You have some capability of sling management here at the buttstock, and again, we see the awesome Palmer buttstock pad that Magpul does. Again, shout out to Magpul. You guys are awesome. They didn't pay me to say that. I'm not on their favorites list at all. They don't post my videos. They don't back me up whatsoever. They don't give me any product whatsoever. I'm just saying this because they're a great company. They're constantly innovating. They're constantly improving things and making them lighter, better, cooler, just like these sights, just like the stock, the grip. So kudos, just a quick shout out to Magpul. And I think Stag is super wise to use their stuff. And that's features. I will say this, and as we go into how it's shot, if you have some moderate or underpowered loads, be careful with a gas length gas system on a direct gas impingement AR-15. Sorry, that's a word salad there. What I mean is that I noticed when I did shoot steel ammo, cycling kind of on the slow side, because that is a low powered round. I go to brass, it was fine. Also very smooth, but you're just going to have less of an impulse and honestly less heat and crap going back into your BCG as well with a rifle length gas system. I'm a big fan, big advocate on a rifle length gas system, or at least a mid length. And what I'm talking about is the distance where the gas tap off point happens. You can see it's way forward here on this 18-inch barrel. On some variations, it'll be mid length here. On a carbine system, it may be here. All of them will work quicker, but the closer you move that tap off point, the harder you work your bolt, the more heat and carbon fouling gets back into your BCG. Just something to think about. Double taps as fast as you can, hit. You can go kneeling too if you want.
Yeah.
Try sitting your butt in the snow like we did with what's his face.
Yeah, there you go.
With Rod. Use your bones. There you go. Knees up so you can rest on them. Dig your heels in. Okay, you can slow it down some.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
Smooth, right?
Oh, yeah. It is. I like it. This is nice. I do like that break. I'm not great with the follow-up shots, but it was still pretty quick.
It keeps that muzzle pretty level, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I was noticing that. The
Yeah.
recoil is very, very minimal on this one. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. That's a sweet gun.
This is a great setup.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the competition focused ARs are kind of some of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is not, you know, a weak little barrel. This thing isn't going to, you know, heat up and kill you in a real mag dump situation.
Yeah,
So,
it'll maintain point of impact on you.
awesome. And it's beautiful too. I like it, man. It just looks nice.
Yep.
I love it. That is very well put together.
Good shooting,
Awesome.
brother.
Awesome. Thank you.
So it shot very smoothly. I really enjoyed how it shot. I could have shot it literally all day long and just had a smile on my face. Really fun. 100% reliability. I don't remember any stoppages of whatever kind. It doesn't matter the magazine I had in it. I did try multiple magazines. Here's some paper to show you 75 grain match. And some of this was extremely windy. This was in a 20-mile-an-hour wind in the desert. It blew the damn target over. And I'm still getting this accuracy. I can't believe I gave myself a wiggly mark there, but okay. 55 grain. You guys can read. This is a Stag 3G current variation. Look at this one. So this is a 55 grain Norma FMJ load, clover leafing into one hole. Now, let me tell you this. This was not in the windy conditions. All the black circles you see, I did the next day when the wind had died down to represent the gun. There's a 77 grain group in the wind. It's Norma Tag 55 grain. I bought it from Gunnies. So the black circles again are windless. The other stuff you see right here is in a 20-mile-an-hour wind. What'd I say? Smooth trigger, up arrow, 20-mile-an-hour wind, target shaking. So I would probably subtract half an MOA for all of these groups right here because the target literally is kind of doing this. It's not a range. So this is windless. That's okay. 55 grain. That's at normal load. That's not great. That's okay. This is really outstanding, that group right there. And so this is what the gun can do. What is that? A 75 grain Creedmoor Sports load, and other guns did not shoot that well. Look at that. That's 4 rounds, dudes, of the Stag. So that is, dare I say, near custom level of accuracy and reliability for an out-of-the-box, competition-focused AR-15. Is it worth it? Would I buy it? Totally worth it. It's not going to be your cheapest AR. It's going to be about double what you would pay for a rack grade AR. Much like this APF I just got done reviewing. This one here is about $7.85 at Gunnies, the Great American Gun Store. Tell them Nothing Fancy sent you. And I just got done reviewing this one. But this gun represents a ton of value, but it's not going to punch holes like that, and it didn't. This one's going to be about twice the price. Is it worth it? Sure. Yeah, this is a long distance, long range capable AR-15. This is something you would show up to one of my Soldier Boy exercises with. I hope one day, and I hope Soldier Boy does survive. We just did it, and the donation environment is going to get all those videos. We'll see if the general subscriber audience does as well. We will see, hopefully. But we had a great candidate come out, Rod K. He did fantastic. He had a Daniel Defense AR, great gun. I love DD. But this would be another great option for, you know, basically what is a game. It's a shooting game, a competition, and that's Soldier Boy. This thing can range out to 600, no problemo, especially if you're running 75s. Fantastic gun. There you go. Let me check my timer. Where am I at? Dude, I'm at, no, 25 minutes. Look at that, dude. I almost thought it said 30. Look at that. Look at that, dude. How did I know that? I don't know. I just did. 25 minutes. I got to stop talking. See you next video. Bye. Yep.
Wolf to the rescue. How's that looking?
Hard to find, by the way. Take this off since it broke. Of course it broke. Okay, hit it.
Pro staff.
Couple of rapid fires.
Okay.
Freehand. Unsupported.